Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to part 2 of what would be my anti-Valentine's Day collection, but is now becoming just my mini capsule collection. So I posted on my Instagram story, Compton_couture, if you're not there. And I posted a poll with these two dresses. So it was this dress here, and it was this dress here. And when I went to bed that night, it was actually a perfect 50-50 split. And when I woke up the next morning, this dress had overtaken it by about 32%, little over 30%. This particular dress. It's really pretty. I was fine doing either, but I'm actually really glad it was this one because I think this one's going to be really cute. It's got a lot of smaller little details that I think, or it's very simple, but it's got a lot of details in the simplicity that I think just make it really amazing, and it's very kind of elegant, and I'm very excited for it. So with that in mind, let's get into it. So with a dress like this, it does require me to do a little bit of pattern drafting, which I usually do for my dresses anyway because I am built just a little bit differently than the average curvy person, or yeah, I've got curves, so curvy person. Now, because this is designed to have a straight top across the bust, I don't have a princess seam or dart line in there because I'm not 100% sure what I want to do as far as that goes. If I do a princess seam, it would mean that there would be a line down the front of my bust, which I don't love the look of when it comes to a straight across. However, if darts don't get placed right, which are these little things here to create, I would have to do darts probably along the bottom and along the side, but along the side for sure. If the darts don't get placed just right, it can actually lead to my boobs either looking incredibly pointy or saggy, and that's not really an attractive look either. So this one does, like I said, have some complicated aspects to it, especially with the bodice. The other part that could potentially run into issues is these sleeves here, because I designed it so that it would just get connected underneath the bottom or along the bottom, and would just kind of sit just on the shoulder, which I did do for a particular prom dress a couple years ago, but those took a while to fit. And because the pattern of fabric I'm going to be using is does not have any stretch or give, I can't have it be super fitted along the what is this called, the bicep or elbow, because if it's incredibly fitted along any part of this arm, I'm not going to be able to function or move, which again, while beauty is pain, functioning in a dress would be amazing too. So I do kind of have to essentially, as soon as this part is ready to go, start to slowly fan out so that I have enough room to be able to function. Now I do have it so that I'm going to have a very kind of dramatic sleeve, and I'm thinking it only has to really be just a little bit out here, but then it definitely does, once I get to a little before my elbow, has to flare out a bit more dramatically. The skirt is honestly the part that's going to be the easiest to do because it is just a, for all intents and purposes, basic A-line skirt. I'm not going to be doing a circle skirt. I'm thinking it's going to be paneled just because I'm going to have to do a zipper along the back. The back is going to be completely straight across as well. There's not going to be really anything special to that. I am thinking I'm going to have to add potentially a little bit of like a lace skirt ruffle portion to the bottom of this, because the zipper I'm going to have on the back is black and is meant to be a shown zipper, so it's all pretty and kind of has this cute little lace detail on the zipper tape portion of this. I think it'll look cool. So, but in order to tie that in so it's not just a completely red dress and then this black like line down my back, also being able to tie it in with a skirt, little ruffly skirt thing on the bottom. So anyway, that's all of the kind of technical speak that I've got for right now. We'll come back in a little bit, but those are the things that I am already having to figure out how to accommodate. So it occurred to me while I was, or before I was about to start draping my pattern, or getting ready to drape my pattern on here, I should probably remeasure myself, because I haven't measured myself since November of 24. And while, you know, it's only been December, January, February, it's only been 3 months. That's probably took a lot longer than it should have. It's only been about 3 months since I've measured myself. I should probably remeasure, just because, you know, that can change, and she's already a little bit bigger than me, or was anyway. I might have grown into it a little bit, but I should probably remeasure myself. So we need to do that first. Also, it should be noted, you probably shouldn't do it in a super baggy t-shirt. If I was gonna do this off camera, I would do it in my bra, but I'm gonna be doing it on camera, so I'm just gonna have to accommodate the fact that it's gonna be a little off because extra fabric and whatnot. But it's still fairly accurate. But yeah, so. I am really glad I did that, because almost all of them are different. Some are a little bit smaller, meaning I've lost a little bit of weight, and some are a little bit bigger, meaning I've grown a little bit, or, you know, gotten a little curvier, because that's a little bigger. But it should be noted too that stuff like this, it changes a lot, especially if you're a female, and with the period and all of that. I'm sure you probably know, and if you don't, here's a little fun fact for you. You do gain a little bit of weight. Some of that is because of bloating, some of that is you just carry a little bit more water weight, but weight fluctuates a lot when you are on your period, and we have like a month cycle, so we look a little bit different all the time. Now, the original ones were actually taken right before Thanksgiving too. Not that I'm saying I would have gained a ton of weight since Thanksgiving, but I probably would have gained just a little bit of weight since after that. But because the very first thing I did was the jacket, it didn't really necessarily matter that I gained a little bit of weight, because it's supposed to be a little roomy anyway. But anyway, all that to say, now I'm gonna adjust her, and I'm gonna do that off camera so I can just get that done, and then I'm gonna start draping my pattern so I can figure out how I want to do the darts, because I'm kind of leaning towards the darts because I don't like the idea of doing a princess seam. So she is draped. I just need to go in and make some markings on it so that I can know exactly where I need to do for pattern pieces and whatnot. But yeah, and then I sort of have an idea of what I'm going to do with the sleeve. I just kind of figured out the top part. The bottom half, I'm just going to kind of create one really long sleeve, and I'm going to see if that size will actually work. And then if it does, then I will like, without it being too tight around the bicep, or if it's too loose or whatever, you know. But yeah, so we gotta make a muslin test thing now. Okay, so I just finished the mock-up sleeve thing that I'm going to be using, and there's going to be elastic in this part so that it kind of helps keep it down, but I like the length of it anyway. I am going to cut it, but the cutting aspect of it kind of needs to happen after I've already made the sleeve. So yeah, so the sleeve will work. There is enough room to be able to function, and I think it'll still look very elegant and very put together all the way through. So yeah, we have got the sleeve all sorted out, and now I'm going to actually make the pattern pieces for the top, but I do need to actually put the front part of the top anyway, to get it off of the mannequin and put it along my chest. I can make sure everything lines up where it's supposed to go. So that's what we're gonna do now. So working on getting the darts just right for this, and I think I've got it figured out. So it's kind of hard because I'm gonna just make sure essentially that this looks right, and it does. This one's a little harder because it's got a rip in the middle, so that one kind of, it always looks a little off, but this one seems to be good, which means it'll end up being on a fold anyway. But yeah, so there's that all ready to go. So I can take the pins out and I can start making the actual paper pattern portion of it, and then we can start actually sewing the pieces together. So oh my goodness, hello. Okay, so it's been a minute since I have actually added anything to this video. So I got all the pattern pieces put together for the bodice. It is currently Saturday, almost at 2 o'clock. I woke up at like 9:30. So it's been a day. It's been words are hard. It's been a while. And it's been hectic. So anyway, today I'm hoping I can finish most of the dress. That'll be awesome. So right now we're gonna go do the cutting of the bodice into the fabric, the nice fabric, the red fabric. Here, and all of it's cut out. I'm gonna sew it all together, and I'm gonna turn on something. I don't know, honestly. I don't want to watch a TV show or a movie. I don't really want to listen to music, but I don't want to be sitting in silence either, so I don't really know what to turn on as background noise. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with life. I would turn on an anime, except I actually want to watch. I have to watch the one that I the one that I really want to watch. I actually have to watch, because it doesn't have an English version. So it's got an English subtitles, but it doesn't have an English version. So but yeah, so I'm gonna sew the bodice. The next time you see me, the bodice will be done. So okay, so I finished the sleeve, and I realized I messed up. in a lot of my calculations, and honestly, I kind of like the dress without the sleeves anyway, because I did pin the sleeves up to like look at it, and it was one of those, I'm not a huge fan of the way that it looks, so I'm going to completely adjust, and it's gonna be a strapless dress. So now I'm on to the skirt portion. So right now I am sitting on the floor kind of having an existential crisis because I don't know how to fix this. Getting rid of the sleeves meant that if I continued with the design as it is right now without the sleeves, it has a very prom and homecoming feel. It's not what I'm going for. So I'm trying really hard to figure out how to adjust from here. I had a different idea, but then I was thinking, no, that seems too like wannabe try hard, but maybe is that what I'm going for? And I don't know who to talk to about this because I guess I could just post it on my Instagram and be like, I need opinions and ideas. Who wants to listen to me ramble? Because I genuinely, I don't know how to fix this. And I hate everything that I've been coming up with. There's one that it could be kind of cool, but I don't love. And then there's another one that it sounds that could be kind of cool, but I don't love. And then I don't know how to make a meet in the middle. And I'm just like, I hate everything about this. And I haven't had a project where I feel this way in so long. I don't know that I've ever really had this project. Like usually all of my projects, I'm like, yeah, woo. I don't know how to fix this one. I don't know how to fix it. So yeah, that's where we're pretty much at right now. I've been sitting on the floor going through all of my notions and like everything that I have and was like, how can I fix this? Don't know how to fix it. So okay, after sitting here and venting to myself, I think I found a solution. We're all just gonna like hope and pray together that this works, because if it doesn't, I might crash out. Okay, so they're all pinned. I'm going to hand sew them now. Yeah. Oh my gosh, hi, it's editing Alyssa. So that is the end, because I realized I never actually did a video part to this. That's the end of part 1. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for part 2, because part 2 is coming very, very soon. So